Turn to M3 and Karen B for this week's episode of Comply on the Fly. You'll get quick and timely answers to the most common compliance questions so you and your business can keep moving ahead. Please note this podcast and the contents herein do not constitute legal advice. Please seek the advice of counsel for any benefit compliance related implementation guidance or strategy.
Hello everyone, I'm Karen B, and your Comply on the Fly question of the week is, does COBRA need to be offered for an HRA? And the answer is yes. HRAs are considered self-funded health plans, and COBRA must be offered upon a COBRA-qualifying event. Those events, just as a reminder, are death, termination, reduction in hours, dependent loss of eligibility, and divorce. And of course, a loss of coverage has to accompany any of those events in order to be a COBRA-qualifying event. It is easy to forget that COBRA must be offered on the HRA separately because, of course, due to ACA rules, HRAs for active employees must be integrated with the group health plan coverage. So you typically offer COBRA for the group health plan and may not realize that unless you're essentially integrating the HRA into the group health plan offering for COBRA by adding in the required HRA premium to the group health plan COBRA premium, you have failed to offer COBRA for the HRA. It can get rather complicated to offer COBRA for the HRA, but here are some important points to remember. Each qualified beneficiary has the right to elect COBRA for the HRA. The amount available is the balance of the HRA at the time of the COBRA qualifying event, less any claims. If COBRA is elected, the qualified beneficiary will have access to the unspent balance and, this is important, will receive any monthly or annual accruals that active employees receive. So how is that HRA premium determined? It can be determined by one of two methods. First, a reasonable estimate of the cost of coverage determined on an actuarial basis, or the cost to the plan for the preceding determination period. Because balances in HRAs can fluctuate greatly, the reasonable estimate method is typically used over the cost method. Plan sponsors typically work with third-party administrators to administer HRAs, and this would be an excellent place to start if you need assistance with HRA premium determination for COBRA purposes. Also, if you are not currently offering COBRA for your HRA, you will need to add it in by working with your COBRA administrator, or if you are self-administering COBRA, adding it into the election paperwork you provide. As a reminder, this is very different than HSAs. COBRA is not offered on HSAs because HSAs are considered bank accounts. And that is your Comply on the Fly question of the week. Thanks for tuning in.
What's on your mind? If you have a pressing compliance question, send it to askkarenb@m3ins.com. We'll do our best to cover it in an upcoming episode. You can now follow and subscribe to Comply on the Fly on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Podcasts. Make sure to tune in next week and encourage others to join us.